Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of K Cards Baseball. Thanks for joining me tonight on this wonderful Thursday evening, wherever you might be. So tonight on the channel we're going to talk about day 2 of the Minnesota Card Show and what we were able to accomplish on that day. Day 2 was actually Friday, but day 2 for me was Saturday because I skipped Friday, which was actually turned out to be a pretty good thing. If you watched my day 1 video, the recap I had from day 1, I did discuss at length the fact that I had to kind of change my strategy. I kind of went into a little bit of panic mode on Thursday night because I realized I wasn't going to be able to pick up the cards that I was primarily looking for. I went into the show looking primarily for top 50 prospect cards, primarily Bowman First and that kind of thing, and I realized that there weren't a lot of dealers selling it. I did see a few Wyatt Langfords, but they were just crazy priced. They were selling the base chromes for $25 to like $40, and I just paid $10 for one a few weeks ago, so I wasn't going to buy that. I was going to basically pass on that one. I didn't see any Paul Skeens around the whole show. I looked everywhere and I couldn't find any of his cards at all. So I decided to rekindle my interest in completing my Harmon Killebrew collection. I know collecting vintage and hunting vintage cards is not very sexy these days. I know people want to primarily search for the hip now with it and wild prospects, but when there isn't any available, what are you going to do? I had to primarily change up what my plan was. So I went into Saturday still looking for those cards, and I did find some. My guy Bryce, the dealer I talked about quite extensively in my day 1 video, he had replenished some of his boxes and put out some new products, so I did stop there and I did pick up quite a few from him again. And also I found a few from another dealer, but not too many, as you'll see here in a minute. So I was looking for Killebrew, but also I realized on Thursday night that there were quite a few dealers selling box product, and the box product that they were selling was actually pretty reasonably priced. So I was looking for buying box product from years that I don't currently have in my collection. I basically didn't collect much from, let's say, 2011 until 2021. So those 10 years, I don't have a lot of product. I don't have anything from like 2013, 14, 15, that whole era. So I missed out on the Trouts and the Bryce Harpers and those kind of players. Shohei, missed out on him in 2018. So I was primarily looking for box product from those years that weren't crazy priced. Obviously, I'm not going to go out and spend $500 for a box of 2018 with Shohei in it. Couldn't afford to do that. But so I did find some good box product, and I'll show you that here in a minute. So what I'm going to do is right now I'll show you quite a few clips from the booths that were there at the show. I did go visit the autographed part of the auditorium, and I did get a few clips of some of the guys that were doing autographs while I was there. Adrian Peterson and Dennis Rodman. While I was there, I also saw Ricky Henderson. Pete Rose was there, and there were just quite a few different celebrities that were there autographing on Saturday. And they did have corresponding booths there with different autograph photos and that type of thing. So you'll see some of that, which is actually kind of neat. And so enjoy the clips. I think that you guys will like them. They're about 6 minutes long, and they're pretty entertaining, so enjoy that. And then after that's done, we'll come back and I'll show you guys the cards that I was able to pick up on Saturday. So without further ado, let's roll the clips. Hey guys, welcome back to day 2 of the Minnesota Sports Card Show. Pretty excited to be here. Going to be spending quite a bit of time here today. Looking for primarily some Killebrews, some top 100 prospect cards, and also maybe try and get into a box of cards or two. Trenton will be here today, so I expect to see him during the day. I can already see a line upstairs, people waiting to get in. So it's going to be an exciting day here at the Minnesota Sports Card Show. A lot of autographs going on today, so a lot of autograph hunters and that type of thing. So I'll switch the camera around and you guys can see what's going on here today. Okay guys, here we go. Again, the doors to the general public haven't opened yet. They're all kind of lining up there up top, ready to get in. So the first hour of the show here was VIPs only. So that is what is happening right now. So stay tuned as we walk around and check things out. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, like I said, I'm looking for some Killebrew. Does have a stack, look like 71s up there. $40 a piece, a little high priced. So we might check this out. He's got boxes, so we will take a look at these cards and see what we can find in them. It looks like it's getting a little on the busy side, but not too busy. There's quite a few autograph guys coming in today. Maybe I'll go over there and check that out. But yeah, we're going to continue to walk around and see what kind of treasures we can find. Here we go. I didn't see this box. I'm going to take a look through some of these cards. There's some 61 Killebrews right there for $45. That might be a snap. I might pick that one up. So hang on, guys. Talk to you here in a minute. Okay, here we are back at this booth again. I think I was here on Thursday looking at these cards. They are all still there. It looks like you might have sold a few of them, but again, there's that 58 for $4,500 or whatever it is. I was thinking about picking up that 61, but I already have a 61, so I didn't really need that one. And I felt the rest of the Killebrews that were on display here were a little bit on the high side. I did find this box right here. As you can see, it did have a little bit of baseball as well as some basketball in it. I think there was a little bit of football in there too. Not much, but we did take a look at these cards as well. So it's really picking up here at the Minnesota Card Show. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know if people are just trying to get all their card show stuff in before the NBA playoffs start with the Timberwolves this afternoon at 2:30. But I don't know, easily, I'll say a couple thousand people here. Tables are all full. Lots of big deals going on for sure. So that is the early afternoon update. I've made some pretty good pickups. Can't wait to show you guys later on this afternoon or later on tomorrow as far as what's going on. So we're going to continue shopping around and see what we can find. And thanks, guys. This gentleman here has all kinds of blaster boxes. So that is, yeah, I know I did. I did pick up one of these 2020 Bowmans right here. But he's got a really good price. Here's some Series 1s for $20. Here's some Heritage for $20 blasters. So Big League for $20. So really good prices here at this table. He's even got some hangers of Update for $10. 2 for $25 on hangers for Heritage. That isn't a bad deal. So he's got about everything going on here. He's even got some 2018 back there hidden for $450 or $495. So, yep, pretty good stuff here. Like I said, I did buy one of those Bowmans, so you'll see me open that here on the channel in the next coming days. Thanks, guys. We are still on the hunt for some Harmony Killebrew. I did pick up one. I'll show you guys coming up here on the channel, but there's some up there that I didn't see. We might need to take a quick look at that. Alright guys, I thought I would take a quick walk over to the autograph section because I had heard Adrian Peterson was there, so I thought I'd get a quick glimpse of him. There he is signing for a young man right there. It looks like the line was pretty. Also in the area that they were doing signing, they had all kinds of apparel that you could pick up for pretty reasonable prices. I think these jackets, as you can see here, are $60 for NFL jackets. So it was quite busy at that booth. And then across the way here, they had autographed photographs and various other items as well. You can see some jerseys in the background. I thought this was kind of cool. This is a Tiger Woods autographed print and a Masters print with Gary Player, Arnold Palmer, and Jack Nicklaus there. And being that I am a closet huge wrestling fan, to have an autographed Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair picture, Ric Flair being all bloody there, in his elder age. That is pretty cool. And then, of course, because Pete Rose is there and various other celebrities, they did have photographs that you could pick up and have signed. Cody Rhodes wasn't there, but they did have a signed Cody Rhodes there, and several wrestling people as well. Dennis Rodman, it was there, so you can see a picture there of Dennis Rodman. And Mike Tyson was going to be there, so you can see some Mike Tyson stuff, and helmets and other football stuff as well. So that area of the show. Dennis Rodman. Let's go. So we did visit this booth. He has some pretty good deals back here on some box products. So there's a hobby box of 2023 Bowman for $225, a really good price there, and a 2020 Update Series Jumbo box for $45. That is not a bad deal there. So really good deals back here. We took a look around, and we will show you what we got from this booth. So before we decided to wrap up the show for the day, Trent was there with me, so him and I wanted to go to lunch, but I wanted to hit Bryce's table one last time before I headed out. I had been eyeing up the Ethan Salas Sapphire right here, so I wanted to take one last look at that card, and also a few other cards that he had in his booth, so I went ahead and did that. So I'll show you what ended up with that result. Well guys, here we are at the end of the show for 2024. Still really busy down there. Just to give you guys like an overhead shot of what it looks like. Zoom in a little bit. So that is the end of the show for 2024. I will be doing a video kind of showing what we were able to pick up while we were here. Made some pretty good deals. Got some pretty decent cards. So that's a wrap. Hey guys, alrighty, we are back. Hopefully you guys like those video clips. I think that they're pretty neat. You guys kind of get a feel for what the show was about on Saturday. You saw how busy it was. It was really busy. Sometimes when some of the autograph people showed up, like when AP showed up to do his autograph session, it kind of thinned out a little bit, because obviously AP being a longtime Minnesota Viking and a Minnesota Viking legend, he had probably, I would say, 1,000 people in his line getting his autograph, so that was probably the best time to shop, to be honest. So let's get into these cards, what we were able to pick up at the show. If you saw the video, I did go back to Bryce's booth, like I said, and he restocked some of his inventory, so I was able to dig through there and pick up some additional Bowman first cards and Bowman cards in general from his booth. I did pick up some from another booth as well, so we'll talk about that here in a second. And yeah, so let's get into it. First up, we got this Green Lunar of Colton Cowser. I paid $2 for this card. Comp on is anywhere between $2 and $5. So I think Colton Cowser right now is basically the leading contender for Rookie of the Year. He has gotten off to a tremendous start. Kind of cooled off here in the last week. Once he started playing regular right field, he kind of fell off a little bit. When he was DHing or pinch hitting all the time, he was doing pretty well. So we'll just have to see how the rest of his year goes. But he's still batting like .380 and an OPS of like 1,100. So still nothing to sneeze at for sure. So that's Colton Cowser. One of those investment in the future. Same as a lot of these guys. These prospect cards you buy, it's not necessarily like I'm going to turn them right now. It's more of an investment in the future down the road. Next up is a Brooks Lee, and you guys know I'm kind of a sucker for Brooks Lee. I buy a lot of Brooks Lee product if I see him out there. So this is a sky blue card. Paid $4 for it. Comp on it is 3 to 5, so I'm right in the middle of the comp. But again, if he gets called up, if he ever gets healthy, he'd probably be playing with the Twins right now if he was healthy, to be honest, because the Twins definitely could use a really good bat in the lineup. And he is that. He's a really good bat, but he's hurt right now, and that's the reason why he's not playing. So hopefully he gets healthy and can get up with the big club sometime soon. And speaking of big hitters, Kobe Mayo for the Orioles. I don't know what the Orioles are going to do with all these prospects and all these outstanding players they have. I mean, heck, what are you going to do? Gunnar Henderson is like tearing it up right now. Hits 2 bombs every game. So he's just on fire. But this guy, too, is on fire down the Myers. He's hitting bombs for days. And this Sapphire card, I thought I got a pretty good price on it. Raw is selling for about $8 on the low end. Average is right around $13, and a Mint 9 recently sold for $30, and I paid $5 for this card. Not a bad deal there. I think that this will be an investment in the future, like I said. I think that he's got a big future, so looking forward to him coming up and tearing up the majors in the coming months ahead. Another Brooks Lee. We are all Brooks Lee. 2022 Bowman First. Paid $3 for this card. No, I paid $5 for this card. Raw is selling 3 to 7. A PSA 9 recently sold for $30. A 10 sold for $50. I don't know what grade this would be. I'd probably say at least a 9 anyways. But I thought it was kind of a cool card. And I don't have any of his Bowman First, so I thought I would pick it up. At least I don't think I do. I haven't really looked much through my boxes, but I probably do have them, actually. I just haven't looked through my boxes. Next up is Chase DeLauder for the Guardians. This is a number card, number 140 out of 499 on the Sky Blue card. I got a really good deal on this card. I couldn't really pass it out. $3, and the low end of this card, the very lowest that sold recently, was 7 in raw form, and the high is 18. Gem mints are going for $50 plus on this card. More like 80. A good prospect that could be up with the Guardians before the end of the year. We'll have to see. But I thought it was a really good investment for $3. Not bad at all. Could turn around and sell this card. In fact, I probably will throw her out there and see what I can get out of it. If I can more than double my money, even though it's not a lot, it's basically no money. Not a bad deal there. Noelvi Marte. This is numbered 145 out of 160 on the patch relic. This card I paid $5 for. You can see the $5 sticker here on the back. 2 of them have sold recently. Just 2. One of them sold for that $5 price, and another one sold for $17. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Probably hang on to it. We'll have to see. Maybe I'll sell it. But if I can get double my money or more and get $12 out of it, I might throw it out there as a buy it now for $12 and see if someone will pop on it. Someone probably will. We'll have to see. So that is that card. Next up is Colson Montgomery. I really don't know what the heck the White Sox are waiting for on this guy. He's just tearing up the minors. Not learning anything down there. The White Sox are about the most god-awful excuse for a baseball team that there is right now. I watched them play the Twins this past week, and they're bad. I mean, they're bad. So I don't know what the heck they're waiting for on Colson Montgomery. He's the number 1 prospect in the White Sox system, playing really well. So like the radio commentators on the Twins broadcast said today, they were talking about him and talking about him being the number 1 prospect, and Dan Gladden said, well, what are they waiting for? And I agree. What are they waiting for? I don't know. Maybe they're waiting for June, so they get that extra year. But anyways, that's Colson Montgomery. We'll see him before too long, I would think, especially if the White Sox keep stinking. Dan Gladden, his comment was, well, what are they waiting for? Waiting for them to get to 6 wins? Because they're still stuck at 3. What are they, 3-22 now? That was crazy. So anyways, like I said in my intro, I did have to change my strategy to look for some Harmon Killebrew cards. And there were a lot available there, and because the Minnesota show, the prices were crazy. And you saw the video. There was a 58 there for $4,500 or whatever it was. Again, they were in nice condition, but I don't have $4,500 to pop on a Harmon Killebrew card. The ceiling on that card is probably $4,500. I don't see it really going up in value from there, so it's not like it's an investment kind of a deal. The one card I did see a 66, which is in my need list. for 40 bucks. It did have some fraying on the left edge and had kind of a small ink mark on the left edge. So I was really hesitant to pop on. I offered the guy 30. He hemmed and hawed about it, so I decided to walk away from it. Told him I would revisit it, but I just didn't revisit it at all. But I went to this other guy, and he had slabs and slabs. He had every card he had was graded. Every vintage card he had was graded, which is crazy to me. I don't know why you grade a bunch of vintage at 15 bucks a piece, and this card I bought for 10 bucks, so the guy lost money, losing money on every card he sells. Anyways, this one came back good too, and there's not any creases on here. The bottom left is kind of janked, and the upper right isn't the best, but there's no creases on the card. So I thought 10 bucks for this card, that was a really good deal. And even the guy, when I handed him the card, he had to look at the box to make sure that it didn't get moved around. This card got moved out of the higher price box down to the lower price box, but he was selling everything there between 10 and the higher ones were like 30 for higher end whatever. But this one I thought was kind of cool. 10 bucks for that card. So that was the only Harman I actually bought. So, but it did rekindle my interest in going back and collecting Harman. So I might be looking at eBay and see what I can find out there. The last card I bought, and you saw it in the video there, this one was in Bryce's case. He had 50 bucks on it. I told him as I was digging through his boxes that 50 bucks was a little bit on the high side comps wise. So I told him that I told him to come up with a price for me. He said 35, and I said, well, I'm thinking more 25. And he said, well, let's settle on 30. So that's what I paid for this card. And I'm kind of a sucker for Sapphire. Sapphire to me is a very hobby-friendly set and card. Collectors seem to like it. I do too. I think they're just absolutely stunning cards. There's something about Sapphire that I think is really, they're just beautiful cards in my mind. So anytime I can get a decent Sapphire, I'll pick it up. This one's a Mint 9. You can see the comps here on the Mint 9s are going anywhere between, here's 41, 50, here's another 41. I think the lower ones, if I can scroll down here, I think there's some other ones on here if I can scroll down. Another 41, here's a 50. There's a 35 down there. Oh, that's a refractor. Oh, that's an aqua refractor. That's not it. 42. So for 30 bucks, I think there's one for 60. So not a bad deal there getting this for 30 bucks. I don't know if I'm going to sell it right now. I might hang on to it. I know that I think he was up to number 8 on the top 100 list, and now he's down to like 32 or 33, so he's kind of going backwards a little bit. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it. I know he's still kind of hot in the hobby, but we'll have to see. I did buy a couple boxes though, as you saw in the video. I bought this 2020 Bowman box. I bought it blaster box for 60 bucks. I probably overpaid a little bit for it. On eBay they're selling for about 50, so I think I probably overpaid a little bit. But I don't have any 2020 Bowman, and Bowman is my favorite set, so I thought I would go ahead and pick this up. Rookie cards are kind of weak. You got Bo Bichette, Gavin Lux in there. I think Heston Kiersted's in here too. But yeah, that is that box, and we'll open this up in a future video. Finally and lastly, I got this box of 2020 Topps Update for 40 bucks, and that's a little bit less than what the comps are. On eBay you can get these boxes for 50, 55 in that area, so I thought $40 was a pretty decent price. And I don't have any update. I love update. Update's one of my favorite series that come out during the year. I do open a lot of update, so to get this box of 2020 I thought was a pretty good deal. How many packs are in here? 24 packs, and you get 16 cards per pack. So that is that. We'll open this one up sometime next week, most likely. So that is the 2024 Minnesota Card Show. Hopefully you'll like these past 2 videos. I do have some really cool videos coming up here in the next week or so. While I was at the card show, I did interview some people. and I think you guys will really like it. I did get some like 7 or 8 people, and pretty cool video coming up out of that. It'll be kind of surprised who these people were. I'll give you a hint: they weren't dealers. They were just people at the show. But really looking forward to rolling that out. I don't know if I'm going to do that in 2 parts because some of the interviews are a little bit long, and I want you guys to be able to see these interviews because they're pretty cool to watch. But we're going to discuss this as part of a State of the Hobby video. So really looking forward to that. Part 1 will definitely be on Saturday night, so keep an eye out for that. With that being said, guys, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for joining me for these past 2 videos. If you like these past 2 videos or anything that we do on the channel and are not a current subscriber, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. It really helps me out a tremendous amount. We have the giveaway going on tomorrow night on Friday night for 400 subscribers. We're giving away these rookie cards. Again, I'm not going to go through them all. But just going to go through them. Just going to give those away tomorrow night at 6 o'clock is the entry deadline. So if you haven't entered into that drawing, go ahead and do so. Watch one of the videos from earlier this week announcing the 400 giveaways. 500 is actually right around the corner. I think we're almost at like 475. And so we kind of blew up over the last few weeks here with the one video that I put out on the State of the Hobby. And if you haven't watched that video, I got like 6,000 views and a crazy amount of views and like 100 subscribers off that one video. Pretty crazy. So we are quickly approaching 500 subscribers, which is a pretty major milestone. So I need to come up with a giveaway for that. If you guys have any ideas about a good giveaway, let me know down in the comments. I would definitely appreciate your input. That is all I got. Thanks, guys. Hit that like and subscribe, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow night for the giveaway for 400 subscribers. Thanks, guys.